my people, more update from Ondo election, as it says that Eyitayo Jegede protest he says INEC is creating problem. And it's always like that. I remember that of Edo State the other day, and after Godwin Obaseki casted his vote, he also he was angry that the way things are being done, that he do not expect such. He waited on the queue for about 45 minutes or so before he was able to cast his vote, and so many things like that. And he said he was displeased on how some of the things that went by happened. And even the other candidates, Oshiomhole, also made the same complaint that INEC has compromised, and so it is a normal thing. So it is not different that Eyitayo Jegede is also protesting and also saying that INEC is creating problem. But I believe that INEC, just as they were plain, they were clean and clear, it was a credible election in Edo State. I believe it can still be done in Ondo State. And of course, the foreign agents will be there, and the observers and all of them will be right there and watching this election. So definitely it will be almost the same thing that the whole world is watching. So they should be careful how they tread. They should be careful what they do during this election, because the whole world is actually watching. So INEC should give credible elections and ensure that whoever wins is a candidate for the election. But anyway, Eyitayo Jegede has made his own complaints, and we'll get to find out why he's really making this complaint and what has really gone wrong. Anyway, guys, I'll bring you more details of that shortly. But before then, please subscribe to this channel if you have not, and also give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because that is the best and only way you get notified anytime we drop a new video. All right, my friends, let us see why the PDP candidate is angry and why he's protesting that INEC is creating problem. Okay, candidates of the People's Democratic Party in Ondo State governorship election, Eyitayo Jegede, has accused the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, of creating a problem. He, however, said despite the hitches, he would win. Before he eventually voted, smart card reader could not read his card, and he was asked to step aside for other voters to vote. Smart card readers could not also read PVC of Eno Jegede's wife, but his daughter voted without any hitch. The machine had worked perfectly until when Jegede and his wife were to cast their votes. After about 10 minutes, Jegede and his wife voted about 11:10 a.m. after the machine was rectified. Speaking to newsmen after voting, Jegede accused INEC of creating a problem, saying the commission should be asked why the card reader stopped functioning when it was his turn to vote. He said INEC is creating a problem. Their machine stopped working when it was my turn to vote. I had to protest, and they said the machine was rectified. But despite all these hitches, there has not been major disruption, but I don't know what is happening in remote areas. The turnout has been massive. Voters conducted themselves well. I am aware that there is pockets of violence in Ijomu area. I also heard of the incident of vote buying and all of that. Of course, it's a normal thing in Nigeria that people just buy votes and so many things. But he has cried out that says some of the securities also has been compromised. He's not just the only person complaining. The ZLP candidate too is also complaining. Mr. Ajayi, that is the deputy governor of Ondo State. He left his party and joined the Zenith Labour Party, and now he's also making a complaint that says security during the election has also been compromised. He said that that is the Ondo State deputy governor and Zenith Labour Party governorship candidate Agbola Ajayi cast his vote at about 10:32 a.m. at Opoi Ward 2, Unit 004 in 2020 Ondo governorship election. Ajayi, who lauded the impressive turnout at his unit, said, Ondo State people are ready to vote freely in any contest. There must be a winner. They should have allowed the process to be free and fair. You can see the turnout has been very encouraging here. But I want to also say that the way we have seen it here, the security aid arrangement, is a bit compromised, which is not exactly what happened in Edo State. I want to appeal to the security agents to live up to expectation. Be neutral. See what every Nigerian votes. See that every Nigerian vote counts. INEC has put in place so many measures, and I want to believe they are not also part of this conspiracy. So obviously a lot is going on right now as we speak, and we're here, guys, to give you live and updated results of everything going on right here, because at the moment voting is going on peacefully, and it's a normal thing that these guys will make complaints of one or two things are not going on fine as they expected. But of course, as time goes by, we hope that the election is free, fair, and credible. You can see that Ajayi is complaining and saying that the Edo election was open and it was clear to everyone who the winner is, and is not expecting less in this Ondo election as well, because he believes that INEC should not be compromised in any way. He said, but what he could see from where he's voting from right now, that he could sense that the security personnel have been compromised. He said because the turnout of voters are so much that they came out en masse to ensure that they cast their votes. But he said he feels that the security has been compromised. Were reasons for saying that he did not tell us exactly why he is saying that the security has been compromised. But he says that he feels that INEC is not compromised at the moment, that he believes that INEC should still do their work just as they did during the Edo election, that it was free, it was fair, it was credible. He said the same thing is what they are expecting in this election. So now that it has to do with a three-man thing, it's a tough one, because of course he wants to hold his local government to himself. The PDP candidate wants to hold his own local government to himself, and even the All Progressive Congress candidate wants to hold his own local government to ensure that they win the election. So with that, it has cut short some of the local government that it has to do with just two people. It's either I win your local government or you win mine. But this has to be shared now among three people. It's either if I'm not winning, the other person is winning, or the other person is winning. So it's a serious thing. Or better still, we are sharing it. It can't be equal. Definitely one person will win it, but at least from it, close to half of the people has been taken by the other two candidates. So it will be different from that of the Edo State election. So let's just see what comes up and what happens at the end of the day. We hope it's a very interesting one. So guys, stay tuned, because more will come your way. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Do have a pleasant time. Bye.